got this good see that you turned the place, so we're good.
Commissioners Court, Brazos County, will meet for executive session on September the 11th, 10 a.m. Commissioners Courtroom, County Administration Building, 200 South Texas Avenue, Suite 106. First item on the agenda is invocation pledge of allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flag, and Commissioner Collins will lead those.
May we bow? Father God, we come thanking you this morning for all of your blessings. We thank you, Lord, for everyone in the service of government, of safety and protection. We thank you for the law enforcement officers all around us, for men and women and their families in the services of this nation. We thank you, Lord, that you grant us everything that we need, and we're humbled by that. We ask, Lord, that you would bless us with more wisdom, enable us to make decisions that are befitting of you and the goals that you have for us, this nation, this country, Lord. We just thank you. We open our hearts to you and we pray that we are pleasing to you in our actions, our thoughts, and our deeds. This is your servant's prayer in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Thank you.
Second item on the agenda is to call for citizens' input and/or concerns. Hearing none, we will consider and take action on agenda items 3 through 16. Number 3 is Proclamation 18-042, recognizing the dedication of the new Bryan ISD Admin Building.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 4 is approval of job description for class code 0832, position 12, temporary attendant, building and grounds for exposition complex.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None motion carries. Number 5 is no award on creek bank stabilization on Leonard Road, bid number 18-143, due to exceeded budget. Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 6 is permission to re-advertise bid number 18-143, creek bank stabilization on Leonard Road. Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 7 is request permission to enter private property owned by Maryland E. Dix, located at 5704 Burt Road. Project will cut and remove brush along the right-of-way and fence line for better sight distance at the intersection. Site's located in Precinct 4. Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 8 is expenditure journal entries 090004 through 090010.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 9 is Commissioners Court minutes for the following dates.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Bless you.
None motion carries. Number 10 is budget amendments. Budget amendments FY 17/18, 49.1 through 49.2.
Second.
Motion made, second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. We're going to go to number 12. I think the budget needs to be addressed before the tax rate would be set. So we'll go to number 12, and the adoption of the county budget for fiscal year ending September 30, 2019, and I really think we probably need to move through the items that were proposed changes to the proposed budget first and vote on them individually, and then everything that passes would be included in the motion to adopt the budget. So let's do that first. So y'all have a list of the requested or recommended changes to the proposed budget. The first is Commissioners Court non-departmental Commissioners Court contingency, reallocation of funds by decreasing repairs and maintenance and increasing departments support. This will have a net increase of $20,427 to the Commissioners contingency budget. Motion made, second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 2 is Commissioners Court non-departmental general capital improvement. Reallocation of funds by decreasing repairs and maintenance and increasing the capital outlay. This will have a net increase of $36,632 to the general permanent improvement fund.
Second.
Motion made, second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 3 is the county auditor and commissioners court contingency. Reallocation of funds by decreasing the salary and wages and benefits and increasing departmental support. This will decrease the county auditor's budget by a net of $2,144 and will have a net increase of $2,144 on the Commissioners Court contingency budget. This is to reallocate funding between positions. The county auditor's budget was approved by the district judges on August 17, 2018, after the proposed budget was presented.
Second.
Motion made, second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 4 is voter registration. Reallocation of funds by recognizing revenue and increasing the department's support. This will have a net increase of $6,700 to the voter registration budget. Motion made, second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 5 is Commissioners Court contingency and Brazos Center. This is a reallocation of funds by decreasing the general fund contingency and increasing contractual services. This will have a net increase of $8,359 to the Brazos Center budget, as well as rolling funds into FY19. Move approval. Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 6 is road and bridge, shop, and fleet maintenance. Reallocation of funds by decreasing salary and wages and benefits in road and bridge, shop budget. The shop budget of $1,420 and $365 respectively. In fleet maintenance budget, increased salary and wages and benefits of $1,420 and $365 respectively. This would decrease the road and bridge shop by a net of $1,785 and increase the fleet maintenance department a net of $1,785.
Second.
Motion made, second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 7 is Commissioners Court contingency and Health and Wellness Clinic. reallocation of funds by decreasing the general fund contingency and increasing professional services by $2. This will have a net increase of $200,000 to the health and wellness budget and decrease the Commissioners Court contingency by the same. Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None motion carries. Number 8 is grant fund. Is the reallocation of funds by decreasing the revenue and decreasing the contractual services by $8,562. This will have a net decrease of $8,562 to the TJJD regionalization grant. Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None motion carries. Number 9 is the grant fund. Reallocation of funds by recognizing revenue and increasing department support by $7,174. This will have a net increase of $7,174 to the 2017 JAG budget. Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None motion carries. Number 10 is grant fund. The reallocation of funds by recognizing revenue and increasing department support $21,000. This will have a net increase of $21,000 to the Texas Education Agency Juvenile Grant.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None motion carries. Number 11 is Juvenile Expansion 2017. Reallocate fund by increasing the use of reserves and increasing capital outlay by $163,000. This will have a net increase of $163,000 to the Juvenile Expansion 2017 budget. Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None motion carries. Number 12 is Commissioners Court contingency and Commissioners Court non-departmental. Reallocation of funds by decreasing general fund contingency and increasing repairs and maintenance by $31,000. This will have a net increase of $31,000 to the Commissioners Court non-departmental budget. This will provide funding for courthouse video surveillance upgrade project. Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 13 is information technology and county judge. Reallocation of funds by decreasing the salary, wages, and benefits in the information technology budget by $72,041 and $31,412 respectively, increasing salary and wages and benefits by $72,041 and $31,412 respectively to the county judge's budget. This will have a net increase of $103,453 to the county judge's budget and a net decrease of the same amount to the information technology department. This is to transfer IT project manager position to the county judge's department.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 14 is Commissioners Court contingency and Sheriff's Administration. Reallocation of funds, decreasing general fund contingency by $2,224, decreasing salary and wages by $8,530, and increasing benefits by $10,754. This will have a net increase of $2,224 to the Sheriff's budget and a decrease of $2,224 to the Commissioners Court. Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 15 is Human Resources and Risk Management and Commissioners Court contingency. Reallocation of funds by decreasing salaries and benefits, departmental support, contractual service for $79,798. This will have a net increase of $70,345 to risk management budget and a net increase of $9,453 to the Commissioners Court contingency budget and a net decrease of $79,798 to the Human Resources Department.
Second.
Motion made, second, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 16 is pretrial release office and Commissioners Court contingency. This decreases $42,408 in salary and wages and $22,605 benefits from pretrial officer pretrial coordination position, increase to the Department Support Commissioners Court Division of $65,013. This will create an unfunded position in the pretrial release office should the court's ruling change requiring the use of the position during FY19. This will decrease be a decrease of $65,013 for the pretrial release office.
Move approval.
Second. Motion made, second, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 17 is grant funds. Reallocation of funds to recognize revenue, $23,000, increasing salary and wages by $18,785, and increasing benefits, $4,215. This will have a net increase of $23,000 to the Texas Council of Family Violence High Risk Team Grant.
Move approval.
Motion made and seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 18 is Commissioners Court contingency road and bridge. Reallocation of funds by decreasing the general fund contingency by the amount of $96,627 and increasing salary and contingency wages of $66,607 and benefits of $30,020. This will have a net increase of $96,627 to the road and bridge budget and decrease the Commissioners Court contingency budget by the same amount. This will create the project coordinator position for road and bridge department.
Move approval. Second.
Motion made, second, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 19 is purchasing and Commissioners Court contingency. Reallocation of funds by decreasing $1,294 in salary and wages and $332 for benefits for purchasing budget. This will have a net increase of $1,626 to Commissioners Court contingency budget. This will reclassify one buyer to a buyer.
Second.
Motion made, second, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 20 is Commissioners Court non-departmental Commissioners Court contingency and Constable Precinct 1 and General. This is a reallocation of funds by decreasing the general fund contingency and increasing the salary and benefits department support and minor acquisitions for capital outlay. They will have a net increase of $87,040 to Constable Precinct 1 budget and a net increase of $15,235 for Commissioners Court non-departmental budget and net increase of $45,000 to the general permanent improvement budget. This will create a Constable number 1 deputy in addition, and will add a departmental support vehicle and equipment.
I move approval.
Second.
And Judge, if I could, I'd like to speak my recommendation.
Sure.
Last year we had requests from constables in Precinct 1, Precinct 3, and Precinct 4 for the addition of a deputy, and I found those two to be appropriate last year for Precinct 3 and for Precinct 4 due to the duties that were there. I have received information and an analysis of net cost to the county by Constable Reeves, which based upon the ability of his existing most recently hired deputy, to where this will not be a total revenue or a total cost to the county. Actually, if you take a look at the analysis, and I believe, Judge, I know that he presented that to you too, and he also, I think, presented it to the rest of the commissioners here. What I'd like to do is just call your attention to that. When it's always difficult, as I said in my letter to the judge, that when I requested this position, it's always difficult to add FTEs to our annual operating budget, but I think it's prudent to add FTE positions that provide additional service to constituents. at a net cost that is less than the full cost of their employment. And I submit that as a recommendation to the county, and I think that this is an appropriate move for us to make to raise levels of service, not just in Precinct 1 for the deputy constables, since our constables work in a number of different locations within the county, and I think it's a prudent thing for us to do financially, and I think that it is a good way for us to increase levels of service for all residents of Brazos County, but particularly Precinct 1.
Okay, well, my response to that would be that, in my opinion, it's not appropriate to add positions just so they can generate money. I mean, and that's really what this is that's really the only justification that could be there, is if the court decided that we were willing to add a position so that they could write tickets and generate money. What I did, I mean, the last year when the position was proposed for 3, I disagreed with it. I've been a constable. I understand what the workload's like, and presented what back in the 90s while I was a constable, what the things that we did and the number of papers that we served with the number of deputies we had at the time. This year, I've provided each of you, and I was told at the time that things have changed and that it was much more difficult today to be able to serve the kind of workload that we did with the few deputies. We had 2.5 deputies at the time, and in 1 year we served 2,800 papers. And I was told that you just couldn't do that today. So what I did was take a look at and I provided all y'all with what Collin County does, and I think we've got it up on the list. So when you look at what Brazos County, the average number of papers per deputy in Precinct 1, 2, 3, and 4, it's 168, 145, 304, and 90. When you look at Collin County, their average number of papers per deputy is 1,476, 909, 1,217, and 1,120. Those are the kind of numbers that I did while I was constable back in the 90s. There are constable offices today. That's 2017 numbers. And Collin County has got nearly 1 million people. Their estimate this year is 960. I don't see it on there, but I think it's 969. So their constable precincts, and there are 4 of them, are the equivalent of the population in all of Brazos County. So those numbers of deputies are kind of comparable to kind of the numbers we've got, and yet they're serving for like the whole of Brazos County. And it's just, I mean, to me, there's no justification in my opinion. I think you can look at what constables' offices can do, and in my opinion, to add a position so that they can generate revenue by writing tickets is not an appropriate reason and it's not a justification to add positions. But I want to point out that in Constable 2 and 4, they've got other duties that are assigned other than just civil papers. We did not add positions to those 2 departments because of the number of papers that they do. Constable 2 serves the felony magistrate court. They serve all of the courts over there. They relief bailiff. Anytime there's a bailiff off, they get a call. They're over there. I know I asked Donald yesterday. He had 3 deputies over there at the courthouse yesterday, serving as security bailiff. They provide security for this building. So because they are the security of the building, not just the JP office, but the security of this building. So Constable 2 has got duties assigned, and they also go to the tax office. I know on Fridays when y'all are, Christy's here, but when y'all are busy, Donald sends a deputy out there to make sure that everything goes, they're safe, they can move people through there. And anytime you've got a big day that you expect to have a lot of people come in, I believe that if you call Donald, he sends somebody, and maybe sometimes two, to make sure that things are safe out there at the tax office. So there are a lot of duties that don't show up on that number that Constable 2, Constable 4, bailiffs for the CPS judge, for child support judge, for juvenile judge, and in most cases, they are providing 2, 3, maybe 4 deputies for those when those courts are going on. So those two offices do a lot of duties that are not just serving papers, and that's why their numbers don't look so good when it looks at papers, because we actually put those positions on not to serve papers, but to do other things. So in my opinion, my opinion was the same thing it was last year, that there's not a workload to justify adding a position, and historically, the Commissioners Court required justification before we added positions to anybody, whether it's constable or sheriff or any of the other departments. So I'm opposed to it, and I respect your opinion, but I disagree.
I appreciate that. I also want to say I appreciate you presenting us the information that's the comparative between Collin County and Brazos County, and I think you've addressed some of the differences. There's structural differences, I'm sure. I don't know how many bailiffs didn't have a chance to go into and do the research on how many of the deputy constables in Collin County actually serve in bailiff duties. My assumption would be is Precinct 3 would be that, because there are 8 deputies there. Obviously, they had a larger number. One thing I would like to do, though, is point out to the fact that we're talking about even at full cost, it's a net 5% decrease to our contingency that we have. We have the funds available, and I would rather see the position be created and then give the opportunity to the deputy constable that the constable in Precinct 1 wants to put to work to see if they can generate that net revenue deal. I understand it's about constitutional duties, and if you take a look at the piece that Constable Reeves put together on constitutional duties alone, as far as that goes, he was probably able to, in his estimation, the presentation he gave to me, produce revenue for the county, not by writing traffic citations. I understand that we need to have the sheriff's patrol officers working on those types of things. There are those periods of time in school districts, and obviously there are a significant number of CSISD's public schools in Precinct 1 that safety of our citizens would be another addition that I think would be there, but I just think it's rational. What I would like to do, Judge, is take your analysis here, which I really appreciate you putting together, and work on setting that as a target for productivity, because last year this was an area of contingency. But if we could come up with a target for productivity as far as constitutional duties alone, and make that clearly communicated to all 4 constables in Brazos County, then I would be all for that. But I still believe that this is fiscally prudent for us to do. I think that it is rational for us to do. Who knows, maybe there are some papers that, you know, we have reallocated truancy all to Precinct 3. Maybe there are some things that Precinct 3 has. In talking with the constable there, I feel pretty confident that truancy keeps them so busy. The basis of their request last year for this was that they did all of the truancy. There may be things where our constables can collaborate between Precinct 1 and Precinct 3, at least in the southern end of the county, and be able to produce some efficiencies at a not significant cost to the county. The full, like I said, the full amount, assuming that another deputy constable would bring in no net revenue to Brazos County based just on their constitutional duties as far as service of those papers, not including citations. would suggest that if the opportunity is there and the constable believes that that opportunity is there, that it would make sense for us to do this, because it would increase service levels to other people, particularly school children, parents of school children that are in the area of Precinct 1, that I think that the county, the citizens of Brazos County would want us to do.
Well, and I think that most, if not all, the schools are inside the city limits, which is traditionally a city police issue that they deal with. And I just, to me, that's not justification. We've got a sheriff's office who, in my opinion, they're the 24-hour day, 7-day a week agency. If there's a call that goes into 911, and now I'm not saying that a constable may not be available from pretty much 8 to 5, but if it comes in at any other time other than that, it's going to be the sheriff's office that's going to be responding. And so, in my opinion, I think we have funded so far right now the sheriff's office at an adequate level. But if we were going to add a position, whether it's for child safety or whatever, I would prefer to put it into the sheriff's office, because that position would help them be more available for calls for service.
And they're available 24/7.
Yeah.
That's the other difference. It's hard for me to justify it.
I've heard.
Every department feels like they need more people, more personnel, but to put a position in just because you can afford it and you think that you can bring enough revenue in to justify it, doesn't mean it has to happen.
Well, Commissioner, with all respect, I'm not saying that, but what I do want to make sure that the commissioners in their decision-making process are aware of is a deputy constable is not a full-cost position if we add them as an FTE for the county. So that $147,000 that I'm requesting, which is a 5% net increase to our call for the contingency that we have, it goes from $2.8 million to $2.4 million, and of that, only 5% of that is there. And I really believe that these are the type of, in my judgment, for the voters and citizens of Brazos County, and particularly for Precinct 1, I think this is rational, I think it's justified, and I think it's fiscally prudent to do so.
One thing for the citizens of Precinct 1 is you have to look at the fact that you can take that money in the sheriff's department or someone working 24/7 and it governs the whole county. You've got deputies out there in the whole county, and not just in Precinct 1. I know a lot of times the sheriff talks about how many people have moved in this precinct and all the apartment complexes and all that, but that's city business. That's not for us to go out and...
I will say this, the increase in the data that Constable Reeves gave me, the data in the increase of having to, the workload for evicting people, because that's a big area there, and that is not the job of the city of College Station. It's the job of Brazos County, and I think that, we do that at 24/7. Last year, when I had received this request, I deferred to what I thought, and I'd heard from Precinct 1 constituents that it was more prudent for us, and the need was there to add a additional patrol deputy, and that's what I proposed and voted for. This is one that I think we've waited on, and I needed to bring it back around for your consideration, and with that, I don't think I have anything more to say.
Respectfully, Judge, I ask to be heard. I call for the question, please.
Any more discussion? All right, we'll do a raise of hands. All in favor in adding another position to Precinct 1, raise your hand. All opposed, raise your hand. Okay, passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I think we don't need to do that because that was already added in. It was only on there if that did not pass, then that would need to have been taken out of the budget because it was left in there.
Okay.
Okay, so my assumption is correct, in the $386,697, that is included, Ms. Judd? That request that I had for Constable Precinct 1 was included in that $386,697 net effect of general fund contingency?
It was included in the budget to vote.
Okay, that was included.
Yes.
Thank you. I assume that.
Includes it. Okay.
Good. I believe that brings us back up to number 12, which is the adoption of the county budget for fiscal year ending September 30, which will include everything that passed, the changes that were passed this morning. So,
I move approval.
second. Motion made second. Budget. All,
Do we have a number or we not?
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Now we go to number 11, is Resolution 18-010, levying a tax rate for Brazos County in the tax year of 2018. And we're going to need three motions.
I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of .045 per $100 value, which is effectively a 3.89% increase in the tax rate.
Move approval.
Second.
Did Commissioner Berry just made the motion?
She made the motion, I second.
485, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure what. Yes.
.485 per $100.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries.
Another motion, I move that .0533 per $100 evaluation as the debt portion of the 2018 tax rate.
Second.
Motion made second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries.
Another motion, I move that .4317 per $100 of value as the maintenance and operation portion of the 2018 tax rate.
Second.
I made the motion.
Okay,
Second.
that's fine.
Okay, motion made
That's
second.
fine.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody else got hung up on that one.
Yeah, we're okay.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. So I believe that
13.
takes care of that, and we will move to number 13.
Ratification of property tax increase due to the adoption of the budget that will require more revenue from property taxes than in the previous year. This budget will raise more total property taxes than last year's budget by $4,724,582, or 6%, 6.08%. And of that amount, $3,637,029 is, I have 29 cents, is tax revenue to be raised from new property added to the tax roll this year. I do move approval.
Motion made second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 14 is adoption of the Brazos County salary schedule for fiscal year 2019.
I move approval.
Motion made second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 15 is personnel change status.
Move approval.
Second. Motion made second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 16 is payment of claims. Claim to be paid by Brazos County, claim number 800-7499 through claim number 800-7738.
Move approval. approval.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 18 is an acknowledgment of Brazos County's election administrator, Trudy Hancock, received designation of certified elections registration administrator. Sarah, where's Trudy? I saw her come in.
Thank you, Trudy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Speech.
I barely have a voice.
Okay, all right. Well, congratulations. I understand that that's a pretty difficult to get, and there's not maybe many elections administrators. Is that correct?
In the nation, I was 1,045.
1,045. Awesome. Thank you.
That's
You
just
could
out
tell
of
us what
300
you
and how
have
many
to
million
do.
people?
What-
That's distinction.
What does the certification entail?
This program is put on by the Election Center at Auburn University, and college-accredited classes, and then when you're finished, you will certify elections registration.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
How long was the course?
It's equivalent to about a 2-year.
We're very proud of you.
Number 18, sheriff's report on inmate population. Sheriff.
Judge, Commissioners, first let me thank you for all your efforts to put a budget together. I know it's a difficult process. Really
Can't imagine.
So, 704 inmates is last 24 hours is our peak. We have 580 males, 124 females, 35 with ankle monitors, and 20 pending.
Okay. Thank you, Sheriff. Number 19 is announcement of interest items and possible agenda topics.
I would just like to call attention to the fact that it is September 11th and respectfully request that people take a little time out of their day here today and just remember and not forget.
Number 20 is a call for citizens' input and/or concerns. Charles.
Judge, Commissioners, I want to introduce the newest member of Purchasing Department, Ms. Summer Dubeck. Will be working with us. Should be helping out with the surplus and the auction, and so I'm sure everybody will see her around.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I believe the next item on the agenda is to adjourn. All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.